Over the last decade, many fellow whistleblowers have taken on nitrite. It's thanks to them that a good part of the population now knows how carcinogenic their presence in meat is. We decided to check today what has changed on the food industry side, starting by going to the supermarket to get some deli meat using one of our not so well hidden cameras. Here is nitrite-free ham. That's specified because nitrite ham is also sold right next to it in the same aisle. Authorities were warned about its harmful effects as early as 2010. That's why we went to knock on the store manager's door. I don't think he wants to see us. Supposedly, I'm not Elie Zelucet as announced on the phone, but I am Elie Zelucet. The question is, why are they forcing us to use this nitrite in our cured meats and at what dosage? So let's go to a laboratory to analyze all of this.
We don't have the budget. We don't have the budget to do anything in a laboratory. Everything costs money and is overpriced. So, forget it. We have to do without.
To get to the heart of the problem, rather than turning to a lab that's probably biased toward agrochemicals, we turned to a butcher who was kind enough to come and help us as a volunteer.
With pleasure. I live nearby. Can I have a beer before the first one? It's always dry.
According to your recollection, since when have you been required to use nitrite?
By nitrite, do you mean potassium nitrate or sodium nitrite? They're both preservatives, right? I believe we've been using it for at least 3,000 years.
3,000. So, maybe it's time to call for help. Him, a gift from history, the YouTuber Nota Bene.
No, that's not going to be possible.
What?
Usul told him the show was right-wing to the right of Mélenchon, so he shouldn't make a video with them. So he preferred not to double-check the information and just say no.
Me? I can answer you if you want. You don't have to go find someone who's just going to copy everything from the internet. Oh well, yeah, why not? Potassium nitrate, it's also called saltpeter. That should ring a bell. It's a whitish powder found at the base of walls in damp, moldy homes. They once used it to preserve meat. A bit like salt. In fact, I think it means stone salt. In the Middle Ages, they scraped stone walls while playing Age of Empires to collect material.
Okay. But things should have changed since 2010 since we know that nitrites are responsible for a lot of colorectal cancers.
And I can testify to that.
Well, yes, go ahead.
This tumor is itching my tonsils, damn it!
This is a serious show. Please, especially since there are alternatives, like this nitrite-free ham made with plant extracts, which have been put on sale thanks to whistleblowers like us and informed consumers like you. But unfortunately, they sell them at a higher price. Obvious.
That's not really true. Well, it's not that obvious, at least compared to what we bought this morning. They kinda trick you with the significant weight change of the 4 slices, but if you calculate it per kilo, the cheapest option is the classic with nitrite, and the most expensive is also with nitrite. But with 25% less salt, yet it's much more expensive per kilo than that one, which also has less salt, but without nitrite. It doesn't make sense. Stores and brands change things with no consistency, as if everything was based on marketing attempts to trick us.
But it's not normal that you still find ham with nitrites right next to it.
This whole thing about plant extracts sounds nice, but the thing is, they use vegetable broth that's naturally enriched with nitrite. The only difference is that it's nitrate from a plant source. But at the level of nitrite concentration and therefore cancer, it changes absolutely nothing.
Huh. You? No, but it's not a lame secret. So what does that mean? That we should delete everything?
Well, these nitrites actually prevent quite a few serious diseases. And I think it's better to focus on a hypothetical colorectal cancer than on botulism, salmonella, or listeriosis.
But then what does that mean? That he doesn't have any alternative?
I think they're looking into lactic ferments, but well, that would still let listeria through. There are other options, but they come with different problems, not necessarily better.
Well then ham with nitrite C. That's life.
I wouldn't say that. Ham with preservatives? Why not, right? But there are still some things that aren't great. First of all, most people who are fighting against it are either not informed or poorly informed.
Oh, that's good. That's good for the skin.
And above all, that we're making such slow progress on the subject. We've known for 15 years that it's not great, and 12 years later, we're just starting to test alternatives. And after 3 years, well, we still don't really know. Piff, I'm your pig. Well, we're not really sure, actually. We do know that we need to reduce nitrite levels. We've actually known for quite a while that by switching to 90 mg per kilogram, well, we reduce the risk of colorectal cancer without taking any risk with preservation. And in your opinion, what should we do?
Crepes? Sure, let's make some. Crepes with ham?
We do nothing. Europe, on the other hand, is always authorizing 150 mg per kg. Well, yes, because already we're dealing with a bureaucratic mess that, even if it makes us pissed off every day, doesn't care about our colon.
I'm going to colonize this board.
And then, reducing means going in the direction of a short supply chain.
Well, yes. The more we prioritize it, the more we reduce the necessary shelf life, the more we reduce nitrites. But that Europe, the short supply chain, no, it doesn't really like that. It's more about Mercosur, which it just signed, by the way. Oh, that blows up the nitrites. Because ham, you can easily get preservatives. You can easily spot it. It's whiter than pink since the pink color comes from nitrite. If it isn't pink, I won't eat it.
There are even some in supermarkets, but they don't keep as long. You shouldn't leave it lying around, and above all, they really hit you hard on the price.
It's the same ham from the same production line, just without added nitrite. Yeah, alright, a quick conclusion and we'll stop here.
I'll handle your conclusion, but then you owe me another beer.
Oh, we don't have the budget.
Who wants a shot? It's delicious. Sometimes I feel like, no matter the topic, everyone involved, like here, the government, food industry professionals, politicians, NGOs, whistleblowers, well, they all get something out of it. From the fact that the public starts to get enlightened, yes, but not in every room. You didn't expect me to take charge, did you? If you want this to continue, head to Tipeee and buy me a beer. Come on, stop it. That's not really cool.
Remember, we're the same character, so it's really you doing it.
Yeah, but exactly.
Ah, it's fine. I can just ask them for a beer.
Oh.
All right, see you very soon.